And here we are at Universal Studios. Universal Studios, that's a real one.
That's a little boo-boo.
We're at Universal Studios for
Star
Fan
Trek
Fest nights. And there's a lot of videos on the internet. YouTube is just right. Everybody went here, 2 or 3 weeks ago and filmed all the activities of Hill Valley and Star Trek and Dungeons and Dragons and all the other stuff. I'm going to make a different video tonight.
About eating?
About what?
Us eating.
Us eating, yeah. No, I'm going to go down to the Hill Valley set and show you all the places that I used to sneak in and hang out back in the 80s, and a little bit more history as opposed to just, you can go to any video and get better coverage of the event than what I can do. So, should be interesting. We'll see. Okay, so we just took the tram down. Here are the trams. We took them down to the lot here where the Hill Valley Town Square set is. So what's interesting is you see these buildings here. This was used in the movie Brewster Place. And this is the area where we got caught one night. We had come around here from the Hill Valley set over to here, and we were shocked. It was fully dressed for The Women of Brewster Place with Oprah Winfrey. It was a TV movie, and we were like, oh my God, it's the coolest thing ever. And they had period cars in the street, and when we walked up on the car, there was a security guard in the car, and he just leaned down and he said, I don't want no trouble, fellas. I called security. Everybody's on their way down here. You guys should just leave. So we took off running all the way back up the hill, but that was right here, right back here. They keep shooing us away from this area because there's more trams coming. But that street over there, that's the farthest we ever got into the lot. Because anything past that, you're into the production offices. So we were like, no, I mean, we got caught there, right? So, but here is where Hill Valley is, and that was the prize. The prize was 2 hours of hiking to get to Hill Valley, and I took pictures in Hill Valley. We hung out at Hill Valley, and I remember, well, we'll talk about it when we get in Hill Valley. Real quick before we leave the tram area, this guy here, this really nice guy, he actually was listening to me telling stories and recognized me from being in a couple of Adam the Woo videos. So he said he was going to buy my book. So thank you, sir. All right, these are the Lion Estates signs that Joe Walser commissioned for the We're Going Back event. The originals, the studio let fall into disrepair. So Joe Walser did a great job of recreating them. Okay, so here's the courthouse behind these trees. And this is the fire trails for the DeLorean. You can see they've got the cable strung between the two lamps. And down there would have been the theater. They've got a picture of it. But if you go just beyond that facade back there, that building didn't used to be there. That's where the lake was, and the river steamboat that we got caught in for like 2 hours when security caught us on another time. We never actually got caught in the studio. We always managed to get out, but it was right back there that we spent a lot of time in the paddle wheel boat. All right, we're on the other side of the street now. They've got a gas station here, and they're doing sort of a sing a song and dance show. But this is where Lou's Cafe would have been, then the gas station, and then the alleyway from part 2 that you see very prominently. But it's all been moved around and rearranged. There's no Cafe 80s, no Lou's Cafe. But I have pictures of me inside Lou's Cafe. I mean, that was like Mecca for us to go. That was holy ground to get all the way down here and into the cafe to take the pictures. I love your Mountain Dew hat.
Thank you.
Look at that. The Mountain Dew hat is a nod to the one frame that it's in. When Marty grabs onto the Jeep in 1985, the guy turns back and he's wearing the Mountain Dew hat because they paid for product placement in the movie, and that's all they got in the movie. It's blink and you miss it. I understood that reference. All right, you see this building here? This building here in 2015 is the Hollow Theater playing Jaws 19. So we're right about at the area in the movie, like right this spot. I'm gonna guess about right here, maybe a little bit back. There's a lot of people here though, and that's where Marty screams, "Ah!" Shark's tail looks fake, so that's right here.
Shark still looks fake.
It's Biff Tannen. He's right here. All right, we're in the alleyway from the film, but it's in the wrong place since it burned down and they rebuilt it. This is in the wrong place because Marty walks out here right into Courthouse Square. So as you can see, Courthouse Square is over there. So this should be 50 feet that way, but hey, for what it is, it's pretty good. Well, here we are. George and Lorraine just kissed at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. It's a complete mob scene over there. Not built for any kind of sight lines. A short guy like me has no chance of seeing anything going on over there. So we're just hanging out in Hill Valley, which if I could go back in time and tell my 13-year-old self, eventually the theme park will open up that you can just hang out on the set of Hill Valley. I wouldn't have believed them because we spent a lot of time sneaking down here in the middle of the night and then sneaking here in the daytime. So the music's great. It's all period 50s. We're having a good time. It is just it's very surreal for a fan to be here. I guess Marty is doing Johnny Be Good. All right, now they're playing the movie on the clock tower. The most surreal, of all the surreal moments, they're playing the movie on the set. I mean, it's not the set burned down, but you know what I mean. A good facsimile, right? One that's good enough. It only took them 40 years to get to this. Only took them 40 years to figure out this could make money. Here we are.
Flux capacitor.
I know that lately Michael J. Fox has embraced his legacy with Back to the Future, and that's really nice to see. I wonder what he thinks of this. Are they going to do this in Florida? Are they going to play the movie on the courthouse while everyone gawks? It's so weird. I'm talking over it. You've already seen the movie. I want to see the lightning strike. I guess they couldn't get up there to act it out, right? It's too high up. Oh, it's all out of order. Well, there it was. There was the reenactment. I mean, it's great for what it is. It should have been on the tour the whole time. They should have a nighttime tour where the tram parks right here, and they show that movie moment, and they tell people, this is where it was filmed, right here. Why would you not have that legacy? This whole area lit up blue like the car was going down that way. But if you had the tram and people on the tram where it was safe, you could drive the DeLorean down here and have the fire trails and all that. So hopefully that's in the works. Hopefully Universal figures out Gen X that loves Back to the Future has a lot of disposable income and they're willing to give it to you. All right, well, there's the flame trails. So here's the courthouse. This is where Marty skateboarded over there, avoiding Biff. And then the courthouse here, this is not obviously the original courthouse. It's not even the same configuration as the original courthouse. But back in the day, in the late 80s, a friend and I, we got here. We climbed all the way to the top up there to get the vantage point of looking out over Town Square. And I remember I remember being here. We took pictures on the courthouse steps. We set a camera on the lawn with a time exposure so it would really catch all the light. And we sat there for 5 or 6 minutes to get that photo because it's the dead of night. And then we went up to the top, and I just remember the guy who figured out how to do this. He looked at me and he's like, "Jeff, you made it. You're here." And I was like, "Yes." And this is right after the movie. This is before the sequel talk. Other than, you know, to be continued was at the end of the VHS beta tape I had. But we were here. And my whole goal as a kid, as a teenager, was to make this movie somehow touchable and real. And sneaking here and going up to the top was part of it. And we were there looking out on this area, a vantage point nobody gets. And those are core memories for me of living the Back to the Future life and making it more than a movie. You ever wanted to be in the movie? Like, I wanted to be in the movie. So being here is so surreal because, like, we got permission to be here. My wife is with me. Tell my 13-year-old self I'll be here on Courthouse Square with my wife. That's a little weird, right? They have cutouts of the cats up there, and they're a lot smaller. But hey, you know, they tried. We're in that area where, as long as it looks good in a photo, it doesn't matter if it's actually authentic or real. But I applaud them for the effort. I was just saying, tell my 13-year-old self I'll be here with my wife at Hill Valley with permission, with a ticket that gets us here. Are you having a lovely time in Hill Valley?
I'm loving it. Loving the music. The music is wonderful.
The music is
the
good.
Lights, the ambiance.
She does not understand the fixation on the movie. You know why? Because, folks, she has not read my book, Your Friend in Time, How Back to the Future Changed My Life, which is
read that
available on
Those
Amazon.com.
long 6P ones I didn't read.
This one's
But
a quick
I read
read,
that one.
200 pages.
I'm in it.
Well, you're on the back cover, right? There we are. And that's the courthouse behind me. I'm in Town Square. It's still, how many times have I said it in this that it's weird? It's very surreal. All right, we're on the tram. We're heading out of Hill Valley. There's Robin and Sonia. I work with them at Knott's. I work with her at Knott's. Seen it all. They did the whole storyline, culminating in the lightning, and then it ended. And then Robin goes, "I think they've started over." And I said, "I think you're right." So it's Groundhog Day in Hill Valley with Needle Nose Ned Ryerson. I hope you've enjoyed this journey through my illicit youth of sneaking into Universal Studios. Here we go. All right, we exited the tram and we found a photo op, and I'm laughing because there are the cats. So the reason they're not on the top of the clock tower is for the photo op, and you know what? That's great. That's perfect. Perfect use of it. Rachel found Elphaba from Wicked, and she's finally excited about something. It's not Star Trek or Back to the Future. Toss, toss. There you go. Rachel's talking to Austin on the phone. It's just the wrap up. We're the wrap up show. Had a good time. We're leaving way earlier than we thought we were going to leave.
It is 10 p.m. We're so old.
We didn't do the lower lot at all. I didn't see the value in 25-minute escalator ride down. I'm sure the Dungeons and Dragons thing was cool, but after the Star Trek thing. Yeah, we came from Back to the Future. Star Trek was a bonus. I'm glad we didn't. I mean, if you waited an hour in line for Star Trek on a busy night, you were probably disappointed. It's set up in a way that if you don't buy the expensive VIP pass, you can't see what's happening. The screen was blocked by all the VIP people. So, oh well.
How about a 2-minute break?
Live and learn. We got stopped. Rachel got recognized
I just got recognized.
for Dolls on the Go on Instagram. So, like I said, we're heading out. The Star Trek thing was
So funny because
less than spectacular, but it was good. Here's the thing. When you're comparing it against the Las Vegas one, nothing's going to measure up. The Las Vegas one to me is the gold standard, crazy detail. But what they did for what they had was good. Got to see the set. I tried to interact with the actors, and I think I just pissed off the people that were in the room with me because I kept saying to eject the warp core, and the green lady said, "I'm trying, but it's not responding." And everybody else just looked at, like, there were people in Star Trek uniforms who looked annoyed at me, and I'm like, isn't that what we're supposed to do? We're supposed to, like, be on the Star Trek. We're on the Enterprise, right? Anyways, all right, we're heading out. It was really cool to be down in Hill Valley and to show the specific places where I've told so many stories about. It was great. It was really great. So thanks for tuning in. What do we say? Like, subscribe or something, and we'll see you on the next episode of Tucker Time or something. Live long and prosper.
Life is a series of choices. What you eat, how you look, whether you do drugs or not. You know, cocaine, crack. See, only you can decide because the only person responsible is you. Now, if you make the right choice, there's nothing you can't accomplish. If you make the wrong choice, all your other decisions are made for you.